All right. Testing, testing. All right. Testing, testing. All right, good. Nice. That's a pretty big 15-minute candle drop. Why is that one different? How's it going, Life? Sun, Steve, Inmer, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's look at the premium here. We got a pretty nice, pretty big 15-minute candle here. We're going to look at any kind of news. EMA 50's at the bottom. Get rid of our KDJ to give us more room. What's up, Chills? How's it going, Jaw? All right, so yeah, we got this 15-minute candle. Everything looks bullish for now, other than the fact that we are coming into a double top. I mean, actually, you know, kind of like a triple top right up in here at 548, 548, you know, so something to be cognizant about, because last time we did that, you see how we went up here and we sold off dramatically. Is that going to repeat? We are up 1% on SPY. Let's look at Forex Factory. I saw LPRO doing some nice movement this morning. Okay, so this one's kind of confusing. I don't remember this being an orange folder. Member Waller speaks. I don't really remember that being a big thing, so I'm gonna ignore this one. The only thing we have is that on Monday of April 14th is this 1 o'clock Waller speaks. And it's an orange folder. It's not like it's a red. So I'm just going to ignore that one. Good morning, Furious Negotiator. What was the 25-cent strategy you were talking about trying on TikTok yesterday? I missed it. Yeah, I'm going to try to do... instead of 20 cents on SPX, I think I'm going to do 25 cents. Let me post that I'm live here for all the premium members. And I'll post my alerts in the Discord if you're in them, so don't worry about that. I think we're going to have some alerts today. So we'll see. So here's SPY. We got the 15-minute opening range. We're coming right there on that EMA 50. And then if we come into our option chain, let's look up some verticals. I'm more leaning towards the bear calls, so we'll see what kind of data we're presented here. 0 and 15, it's getting a little tighter. I like to see that. 5 and 15, it's getting really tight on the premium. This is really good. I'm not seeing like 0 and 40. The bids are getting really tight now. Nice. This is looking good. Okay, this is looking really good. Yeah, you see how it's not as loose? It's spread out here. So 5 and 30. So obviously, if you're going to get a fill, you need to see some type of bid on there. 5 and 25. So the higher you go up, the more premium you're going to look to be getting. This one would not be a bad idea to say, hey, I think I can get 25 cents on this one for sure. 55, 45, 55, 50. And if we did bear calls, let's get rid of all the SPX lines here. 55, 45. That's way up here. 55, 45, 55, 50. We'll just do the 45 here. Doesn't really seem that far out. That's only well, I guess it's a 2% move up. Doesn't really seem like that big of a move. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the 25 cents just because that extra 5 cents. I can stick to a 300% stop if I do the 25. So 25 cents, a stop is $1. That's pretty good. A buck. If it gets too far out, then I've noticed when the premium gets to $1, you'll probably lose anyways. So I might stick to that. Make a little extra money too on a 25 center. And if you need to get out early, like on a double orb, you have that extra cushion of more premium to get out if you need to. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I think going anything above 25 is too risky. Wow, look at that 15-minute ORB. It's probably going to do bear calls. Holy crap. What are we doing on the 1 minute? That's a pretty nasty 15-minute candle, guys. Well, that's your 15-minute candle. That was a pretty big one. Good morning, man. Mr. M Bets. How's it going, buddy? Odin, welcome. Coco, welcome. Nice, living the dream. Yeah, all right. We've kind of bounced on the EMA 50 on the 15-minute, and we also have a 30-minute EMA 50 here. So do keep that in mind. 1 hour's trending up. So, I don't know. Maybe bull puts might be the way to go. See how far out we can go with bull puts here on SPX. Just kind of plotting numbers. Let's do bull puts. You can actually go farther out usually on the bull put side of the world. This one's pretty spread out, 20 and 80, 20 and 60, 20 and 10 and 50. These ones, I don't like the bid and ask on these bull puts. 10 and 0 and 40. So we're still getting, I mean, if I was going to do a 25 center, I probably could get this one. The mid is at 30 cents. The 20, 52, 55, 52, 60. Those are pretty spread out too. Looks like the bear calls are the ones that are tight. 52.55 is over here. Do keep in mind there is a gap to be filled. Right, to that 52.60 range. That's a 3% drop. Yeah, there's a little gap right here that can be filled. Based on this gap up, you see this little gap here that can be filled and then retest it and then go up. And you're looking at a 1% drop on that gap to be filled. I don't know. I don't know what to take. Yeah, the VIX is going down. We're starting to see less fear. I mean, we're back down to 30s. Like, that's not bad at all. Everything goes away with fear. Fear doesn't last long at all. You can look at any VIX. It spikes. This one actually lasted a little longer than I expected. Alrighty, I guess we'll just wait till the signal here. Not really much to do here. I would assume we do bear calls. Get that bear call signal, I assume. LPRO, right at my average. Not really doing anything. Kind of boring. People said STSS is pumping up. Yeah, 5 cents. It pumped up 56%. Wow. What about LGMK? Is that one finally... Man, that one's dead in the water forever. Holy crap. What about DMN? These are your sub 10-cent penny stocks that just don't run. This one pumped up a little bit, 16%. If you get up at 4 in the morning, that's where you make the big money on these stocks. 4 in the morning, we had an 85% pump from this lows to this high. Seems to be the name of the game for pennies. You got to get up very, very early. DJT's slightly green. Nvidia, it's up a little. Sometimes it's good to look at the QQQs to kind of see, do we get a signal too? Put the 15-minute orb on there too. Alright, so there's that. Yeah, it's a little dicey here, because if we break this EMA 50, it's going to be a fresh downtrend. We've been uptrending for, not too long. So, even though it looks bullish, I don't want this to be a fresh downtrend either. We did a double bottom here. The 15-minute ORB just kind of sucks because it's so freaking big. That's the problem with this. So freaking big. I think we're more likely to do bear calls, though. No, I don't think Trump is talking today. Sorry, I missed your comment. Yeah, at least on Forex Factory, they would always say when he is. They didn't put any of that. Oh, let me put that on live here on TikTok or Twitter. How's it going, Cherokee? Yeah, I mean, there's a solution for both. Obviously, right now it is bullish till we break the 15-minute ORB. I'm more leaning towards a single orb. We've had, what, 2 double orbs in a row? We had a double and then a triple. So I think we'll probably get a single orb today, and I kind of want to play that. I tried to put GTM order, but it seems like my broker doesn't allow anything to fill before 8 hours and one. I was trying to profit for a swing at 8, but it never filled at this time, even if there is volume. Good. Doesn't you're talking about a credit spread, right? Because doesn't credit spreads only take effect 9:30, unless I'm wrong? I heard Trump is having a meeting with the president. Oh boy. Yeah, so just being patient. Hit that 50 and it kind of skyrocketed. We have that 30-minute EMA 50. To that drop there is a 0.46%. Yeah, I don't like how every time frame is actually bullish. So we might actually get bull puts today. So I'm just gonna wait it out. So Trump is scheduled to speak at 11 and then again at 3. 11 and then 3. I wonder why Forex Factory don't have that on there. They usually have all that stuff. When it's a big opening candle, like it's the 52 points, would you put another orb line between the bottom and the middle ball? So for my futures trading, yeah, we're gonna wait for a signal, and for futures, you want to get as close as possible to the middle, right? This is your middle ORB right in here. That's a rough estimate of what you're looking at, and that's kind of look at that to a T. It actually rejected there, so it's kind of like we want to get very close to this for futures so we can get a tighter stop. Yeah, but with a bigger ORB, we want to make sure we get as close as possible. So I'm probably going to wait. I missed it just a little. It doesn't have to be exact science, but you can see right in here is that middle ORB. I like to say wait for a body of a candle to close above it. But sometimes when a body closes above it, it just goes to there's a whole body to the upper orb. So you got to be careful. That's too big of a loss. Yeah, for futures, I'm going to wait for price to at least be probably halfway in between the middle of the middle, like somewhere in here. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Let's get rid of the Keltner channel. We don't need that. EMAs, we already know they're bullish. Alrighty. Yeah, not really much to do. It's just being boring right now. So XL, did that one rip up? That one's up 5%. Looking like a bullish continuation pattern staircase. Whoops, IW. So they're all kind of doing the same thing. Everything is bouncing on that 50. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's good to be patient on this one, though. That's crazy if it does go up to this upper orb. That'll be a nice... I mean, that's a 1% ORB. I hate those ORBs that are that big. It could be a really delayed signal, too, when it's that big. So do keep that in mind. If it's delayed, then we just need to be patient. Yeah, it's coming up. PSCA is going to moon sometime, y'all. PSCA. Oh, no, PCSA. Yeah, yeah, I'm just going to wait. It's just too... This is a really big orb. Let's see what it does. So keep in mind, SPY is up $8 almost. I'm curious. I think the ATR is like, I think it's like 20 bucks at least. Pretty sure for SPY. Yeah, SPY's ATR 14 is 19.35. 19.35. So that's the average move it has been making. Obviously, we're not even close to that. We're only up 7. So could make a $19 move one direction or the other. But that's going to kind of cool off here, as you can see. This one only made a $9 move. It's probably going to cool off for a bit. Yeah, I just don't like on a higher time frame. We could hit this double top or triple top, whatever you want to call this, coming into here. There's big resistance here. We can obviously see that. So there's not really much meat to the bone here. Not too much meat left. But I would like to get in. If it does do a double orb and I sell at 25 cents, then I can just, let's just say it's at 15 cents. I can buy it back for 15 cents and just collect that minor gain then if it does a double orb on me. So if I get in early, that's pretty good. If it breaks out and the next candle doesn't retrace back and because the trend is so strong, do you just miss the trade and don't get in? Yeah, for this scenario, you would miss the trade because, I mean, if it breaks out and like way down here, it's just too big of a loss from here to the middle. That's a massive loss. You can do really small size if you want, but even then, like 1 micro is a... I mean, you could try that. It's still a big loss. I personally would rather at least wait for a retest to the lower orb. I have decided, sometimes I do the 1 minute strat, and I look for a body of a candle to break this lower line, and you can get in from that. Just to keep in mind, there is going to be false signals, so, you know, if you get a candle that breaks it on the 1 minute and then comes back up, you could have literally caught the actual bottom on the short side, and then it just freaking pump. I'm fine just being patient. Because let's just say it goes all the way down, and then throughout the midday, it starts to come back up. You know, you can take your entry there. You don't have to get in right away. That's why like credit spreads is we there's a lot more room for error. We can get in whenever we want. All right, this is being pretty boring. Um, what do we have at? So 11. So we got someone said 11. Trump speaks. We'll see if that's true because we'll see some volatility. I don't think 12 o'clock we're gonna have much. I don't know. That yellow folder at 11 on last Friday made a pretty big move up. That's the average move over a 14-day time frame. Yeah, 14 days. Yeah, it's pretty drastic. All right, let's look at some other stuff while we're waiting for that signal to get placed. LPRO is coming back up. I really think this can come into that EMA 10. I could just keep rinsing and repeating this at 90 above 90 cents, buy it back at the lows, sell it again until we hit that 10. I really could. This is a more stable company. Definitely more solid than the rest. And that's kind of what I'm looking for here on my screeners here. I'm going to look for closer to $1. IRWD, this one's an interesting one. 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is biotech, yeah. Ain't doing no biotechs anymore. Yeah, biotechs are just really risky. ADTX, I see a lot of people in the Discord getting in this one. Not really EMA 5 TD for me. PTPI, another biotech. You're going to see a lot of biotechs lure you in because they're the ones that make the biggest dumps. And so you think they're the best setups. They'll definitely lure you in many, many times. I'm looking for, this is not a bad one. It's got pretty good volume. Had pretty good volume before the dump. This is a United States one. I'll save this one if we get some more TDs. Not near $1 though. Tilray. It's got some EMA 5 TD. This is more of a pharmaceutical one. Man, I can't believe it. This thing was way up. What happened to this stock? Tilray, what the heck? I can't believe it's in Pennyland. Are you kidding me? Interesting. Yeah, I can't believe that thing's in Pennyland. I remember trading that thing way up there. Good old Ford. I wonder if they have a lot of credit spreads on Ford. Let me see if I do 18 days out. Bear calls. Ford barely moves. Yeah, there's barely any premium on Ford. All right, let's see what our candlestick did. All right, still in the range. Yeah, this one kind of sucks because it's a big ORB. I'm just not risking it. You could guess and be like, well, it's not really guessing. I mean, the EMA 50 is actually strong support. But what if it breaks through that, then you're screwed. We have been uptrending, for quite a decent amount of time here. I can't believe my son's still sleeping. He usually wakes up early. Let's make sure he's all right. good. Wanna watch your TV? Did you sleep good? Need a banana? Yeah, if you want okay. Big adventure.
Look at all these layers of stuff. Oh yeah, we're digging in the dirt, but this is actually very, very deep in the ground. You see, some topsoil, all.
Moomba.
It's me, Flippy, and you got a lot of fun together because you like the movies. Yeah, they have fun adventure.
Here's your banana. I'm gonna get you some chocolate milk.
But, we're not going to just see toy dinosaurs. We're going to see real What's that mean? Before we start the movie, would you like to wiggle and shake the house? Well, I better give me fun. I love getting my wiggle. Woo! Come on, everyone. Time for to wiggle and shake. Everyone, stand up out of your seats. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. You can sing, dance, twist and shout. Whatever you want to do, wiggle out. Shake it up, shake it down. Shake the wiggles out of town.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, yeah.
Here's your chocolate milk.
Jump up to the sky, we're gonna shake our hands. Down to the floor, and up to the ceiling. I just can't stop this feeling. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, 1, 2, 3. You can sing, dance, twist and shout. Whatever you want to get the wiggles out. Shake it up,
Look at that chocolate man.
get down, shake the wiggles out.
15-minute orb. Wow, look at that massive move. Man, hit that EMA 50 perfectly. I'll put it down a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna eat his banana. He usually wakes up around 8:30. He slept in a lot. Alrighty. Yeah, it's just bad luck if he's not up when we're when we place. We need his good luck charm here. Alrighty. Anyone take bolt puts early there? That was an interesting candle right there. It's a pretty big candle. I just don't know. I feel like we're just gonna fiddle around in here. I really hope that we break a side here. That was a pretty big move up. That would have been bad if you're in bold puts and it broke to the downside. Yeah, I remember the tilt rate up during the Canadian weed boom. I think it hit 200 plus after earning. Yeah, I remember that. That's why I'm surprised. Tilray. Why is this thing at 47 cents? I mean, look at the weekly chart. I remember this thing had a big move up. Is the weed gone? I thought they were making it legal in some states. Did they do reverse splits on this thing? No, they never did a reverse split. It's got massive volume all throughout the chart history. I don't see how this thing's going to stay down forever. Went near this Keltner channel, made a 16% move. I don't know. Even this thing I'm definitely watching. I mean, we got 4 days away from the 5. Not really much gain to the 5. I'm definitely watching this one. I said I'm not going to trade these pharmaceuticals, but this one might be an exception. I just don't understand why it's that low. Report third quarter losses, gainers. Sell before a potential reverse split. Yeah, they're definitely going to do a reverse split. I hate to see it, but they probably should wait for after that. I mean, they're less than $1. They're probably going to do it. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna. We kind of expected this. Sometimes, usually, when you get a big ORB, that next candle breaks it, but it actually acted as support. Don't you guys have some SPX bots where price is going to be at the end of the day? I don't know if I really know if those are going to be that accurate with Trump. There's a lot of magic 8 balls that will say where Trump's going to be, or where SPX is going to end for the day. Yeah, I think that 30-minute EMA 50 was a nice. I mean, that was just. I guess that was a nice take on this. Just to take. I mean, that 1 hour is a 1% down move. All right, it's coming back down. Double top here. That 544 is big resistance. We'll see what happens. You know, if we keep retesting this EMA 50, this could switch trends to the downside. That's the one thing I'm scared about with bull puts. If that switches, that's going to be a fresh trend down. But looks like nice move up here, though. Man, that's crazy. That's a $4 move in 3 minutes. Bullish move on Tuku. Tuku. What is that? Tuku. I don't see that. Yeah, I mean the LPRO is really the only one I'm really watching that's near $1, has massive EMA 5 and 10, or 10 now. We can keep looking at stuff here. I even have an extremely oversold section. What is this, Kids Z thing I've been hearing talking a lot about? Interesting Kids Z here. Got some decent volume here. What about Weeble? You know, Weeble had a. Holy moly! Are you kidding me? Wow, Weeble. Anyone catch Weeble? I saw that they IPO'd right. You know, like this after hour move. I saw they were going up, and I thought that was just too big of a move to get in. Yeah, they're already up at $47. Shoot. What does that 1 minute look like? That's nuts. Yeah, honestly, I feel like catching these IPOs are so freaking lucrative. Isn't CABR coming on here soon? Like, you get a nice run up the first day. Like, who's going to short an IPO? There's so much hype into it, especially Weeble. I would never short Weeble. I mean, what's E-Trade at? Oh, is E-Trade on here? No. I know IBKR is like, yeah, it's like a $175 stock. So that kids move was pre-market. Yeah, I was looking at the kids move. Yeah, that was insane. Let's look at that 1 minute. Yeah, all these pennies are going to move pre-market. If you get up early, like look at this. Where is the biggest move happening? At 4 in the morning. You have to have Webull. If you don't have Webull, you miss out on these moves. This was a 110% gain from the lows to the highs. That's insane. And then once the market opens up, they lose it all. Here, what's wrong? What's wrong? Headache. Yeah, I mean, I know it sucks waking up at 4 in the morning, but if you're trading pennies, it's worth a shot to get up and put a limit order in. It's definitely worth it. But yeah, big cap stocks, you don't have to ever do that. They're really not going to run at 4 in the morning. TTD went down. Honestly, I'm okay if this thing goes down, because in like 3 months I'm going to add more shares of this wherever it's at. I did some cover calls in May. We'll see what happens. What is going on with Apple? Some bigger cap stocks. Wow, Apple went up massive. Holy moly, what happened here at 7% pump in 15 minutes? Do they have news or something? Upgraded, wafer downgraded, so they got an upgrade. Apple price target lowered to 230 from 290. Why did they say unusual option class? That's a pretty big move up. We went from 169 to... That's a 25% move from the lows. That's monster rally. Shoot. I had that at the very lows. Maybe should have just kept holding it. Alrighty, we're coming back down to this 50. I mean, we tested this thing so many times. I think we'll break it. Hopefully we break it and then retrace inside the orb for an entry. Yeah, so I'm going to watch some SPX bear calls. The bear calls are actually more tighter than the bull puts on the bid and the ask. Look at that, 15 and 30. That's a pretty big, that's a pretty tight. That's kind of normal. So if I want to get a 25-cent spread, I'm looking at the 55.40 right now. 55.45. I could easily get 25 cents on that one. So if I did 11 contracts, pretty nice gain. So we see that fluctuating a good bit as price goes up and down. But this doesn't really seem like it's so far up. 55, oh, it's still up here, 55.45. It's not a really, I mean, 55.45, if you look on the daily chart, is that above the highs here? Yeah, so it is above these triple tops. This top, this top. It's just not much, like, I feel like it can easily just make a 2% move up there. It's just not much wiggle room, which is interesting to me. Can't sell as far out of the money as we thought we could. Yeah, so you definitely want to be above this 5500 mark. That's the kind of the high. If we fill the gap, that we're screwed on the daily. Alright, and we'll see what happens here. Testing the EMA 50 again. See what happens. Alright, so we're coming down from the 50. Tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That middle orb is acting as quite the resistance. Long lower wicks, but it's holding. Starting to see that 5 curl down. Let's look at some other things. I'll come back to that at 10:30. Big cap stock momentum is going to be uptrend ideas. GFI goals. So like right in here, we missed this. I didn't even know this thing had dividends. Oh, wow. Look at that monthly EMA 50 rejection.
Please make sure no one gets their paws on my crown. I'll keep it safe, Princess Sky.
Okay.
Chase runs after a bubble, but Rubble flicks the ground through the air to Zuma, while Marshall tries to block Chase. Chase leaps high over Marshall, snags the flying top.
I am working on a swing trading strategy. Would have made bank if I had started it early. I'm back testing a swing trading credit spread strategy. I think we would have to keep doing on SPX though. I mean, it's just the same thing as how we're doing our swing trades on just stocks, but if you do credit spreads, you have way more error. This EMA 20 right here, even though price goes above it a little bit, this is a good shorting opportunity once you start to see this 50 crossover. Just these little candles down, you can make massive money. 20, 20. Looks like the 20 is kind of your best shot at it. I am Cody, that's my name. What's up, Eon? Hope I'm saying it right. Or Lanny Chili? I'll just call you Chili. How's it going? Yeah, as far as penny stocks, you got Ironwood at that ATR4. Long did a 1 for 100. Maybe this thing might be finally due. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will give this one 8 to 9 days for Malm. If you guys really want me to play this, I'm going to give that one the extreme. I don't even know how that thing's not delisted with how many reverse splits it's done. Wolf, not really much going on in the penny world. A lot of things are roughly green today. Not too much going on. I really think LPRO is still my favorite penny. It's conservative. It's safer. Soon is up 16%. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's coming to that EMA 5. What I like. Oh my gosh, this thing can't make up its mind. So you're currently losing $3,000 with RH stock. Should I close? Let's see what RH is doing. This one or Robin Hood? This one's never even heard of this one. Yeah, it's in a downtrend, but if it's a high quality company, they don't tend to last these downtrends long. I mean, look at that massive gain. This thing went up to 740s back in 2021. Holy crap. Or just recently, this thing was 457. What happened? Huh. That's nuts. Well, we can look at how many shares do you have? Really depends on your average here. Yeah, do some cover calls. Yeah, I would keep it. It's a higher quality stock. Yeah, it depends on your average. This thing has lots of liquidity on the option chain. So if you have 100 shares, yeah, sell one cover call. Go 30 days out, depending on what your average is. Wherever your average is just get it right near there for your strike. If you have a $200 average, 250, whatever it is, if it's a $200 average, sell one contract at 6.20 here at the middle, and you collect $620 of credit if you have this kind of average. I like this stock. This is actually interesting. I like the premium they offer. It's coming into a lower Keltner channel on the weekly. I would keep it. It might be a long hold, but I would keep it. Not some junk stock. You went from 400 to 100. Yeah, you need to sell cover calls ASAP. I would sell cover calls ASAP. Man, SPY. I mean, make up your mind already, dude. Oh, man. I hate big orbs. They're annoying. Sergeant Shifty, thanks for the follow. How are you 15 years old and you have 100 shares of that? It's pretty impressive. Round and round. Oh man, I just can't get any signal here. It's kind of boring. I'm gonna just practice patience though. If there's no signal, we'll just wait. That's just part of trading. Sometimes you just gotta be patient. I don't mind losing as long as it's a proper signal. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'll just be patient. Sucks that, man, I was really hoping we'd get a fresh downtrend on the 15-minute, but we didn't get it. Yeah, I was really hoping that. How's it going, Mooney Drady? I'm just talking about SPY. I'm not really in much swing trade stocks. LPRO is the one I'm in for small cap land. TTD I'm in for a bigger cap. But as of now, I'm just kind of waiting it out for a signal. Honestly, at this point, I probably no wait, that's not till 12. Yeah, I think around 11 we'll get that signal. If we get it after 12, I'm just going to be kind of like nervous about it though. Man, I hate that. Chop, 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 chop. Wonder what the 5-minute ORB's telling us. Short here. Get a little move. Comes back down. Comes back. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Hey, Pierre. What's this? What's that? A sailboat. A boat. Yeah, I got a headache on the left side of my head. I tend to get them. I don't know if it's from stress or not. I don't know. The way it's looking like, all the trends are up on it. 30-minute, 1 hour, 15-minute. I was really hoping we get a fresh downtrend on the 15-minute. I mean, this has been uptrending for quite some time, so it could definitely downtrend. Right now, it's such a big ORB that it doesn't know what it wants. It's such a massive ORB. But the bear calls, I like the bear call spread. I wouldn't mind that. They're pretty tight. If you look at the bear calls here. You do, how do you do? You do. You can't really go far out of the money anymore. Yeah, so like this one right here, 55.45, I really think I can still get that 25 cents. 10 and 35, 22 on the mid. I think there's a good chance you can get 25 on that. And that's the one I've been eyeing for a while. We'll see. 55.45. This one right here. You see that? It actually went to 25 on the bid for a second. There it is. It's 25 on the bid. And then it'll probably go back down. I get them get them Sumatran meds from your doctor, migraines. They are terrible. I don't know. So he thinks it's hard to tell what it is. I get these things all the time, just right here on the left side. There was one time where I think I got so stressed out. Yeah, I got so stressed out that I literally felt a nerve move on the left side of my head. Like I felt it move. And then after that, I've been having them forever. And then they just come and go. And so what I have to do is I have to sleep on the left side. It feels better if I sleep on the area. So I got a pillow just for that one too. Yeah, I got a massive pillow to elevate my neck because I get neck pain. Yeah, they're a pain in the butt. Take 1/4 of that pill, sumatriptan. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah, it can honestly, this can range. I've seen sometimes where it just ranges all throughout the day. It's rare. It doesn't happen often, Tansen, but yeah, I've seen it where this just ranges all day. And if it does that, then I'll just get off. Soxel. Yeah, I feel like we missed out on Soxel. We should have taken advantage of this one. It's at the 10. It could hit resistance here. I feel like we should have taken advantage of that one. Alrighty, well, I guess yeah, I'll ask about that. Yeah, I think it's definitely a stress headache. That's what the one person said. If it's on the sides, could be stress. Someone said it could be you're grinding your teeth, but I don't think I grind my teeth. Is that best? Man, this is so boring. Do something already. Any oversold big cap stocks? BMY, Neo. Pfizer was just taking a beating. How's O doing? Man, O's just going up to the moon here. All right. I don't have a decision yet. Obviously, the bias is still long. Like the bias is still long, but I'll be honest. There's not enough meat to the bones. I mean, if you go long, what if you hit this big resistance here? I mean, you got massive resistance at the 548. I guess that is a $6 move, but still. Yeah, there's always going to be a bull and bear thesis. You can always say this is bullish and this is bearish. I'm just going to wait for the 15-minute. Yeah, at this point, it's probably going to do bull puts. Unless we get a move down. Let's get rid of the Keltner channels. Alright, I'm just going to look for some other things while I'm waiting for that. I don't want to just stare at that chart. It's taking forever. Bull is extremely overbought. This thing's up 300%, Weeble. Holy crap. That's way above the Keltner channel. You know they're going to dump it. These IPOs don't last. They usually go up for a couple days and then it dumps really hard. So these are extremely overbought. UNH? What happened to UNH? United Health? And this thing was going up big time. Thing didn't even get affected by the tariffs, did it? Not really. That was the same for Dollar General. Dollar General didn't even get affected by tariffs either. I wonder, is there shares available to short this? I don't like shorting though. It's nerve-wracking. QQQX. Alrighty, so what did the QQQ make any signal yet? Yeah, they're all doing the same. Sometimes they follow IWM. Yeah, no, guys. Still, we got still time. It's only 10:38. At this point, I mean, maybe they're waiting for that member Waller speaks. Who knows? I do like how the VIX is going down. We're down at 30 points. UVXY is probably going down. Anyone that shorted this, it's down 14%. Yeah, this is going down. Maybe it pumps on the 20. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know how to play this one. It's just too big. Too big of an orb. I do think it's going to be a single orb, though. We've had... Let me see. We had a double orb here. No, this was a triple orb. Was this a triple orb? 410. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. We've had a single orb here, didn't we? Yeah, so... Yeah, my bad. We've had just one double orb. Huh. They both puts at 52.55, 52.50. Huh. So he did a cover call. Yeah, it's hard to feel. I mean, that's what most of my stocks are green too here. It's hard to feel like what to get for a swing trade, but I'm gonna stick to what I have. Yeah, it might be bull puts. 52.55, so he got that at 52.55. 52.55, 52.50, bull puts. Pretty good. He got lower than what I was looking at. That's actually a pretty good strike. So I'm curious, as price is going up, what those same bear calls are worth. The ones I was eyeing. Is it this one? 52, 55.45. Yeah, you can see they're still kind of the same. Yeah, I'm at the point, just make a signal already. It's getting kind of boring. Just do something already. Not a cover call. I sold a put to buy NVIDIA at 100 if it goes down. Oh, I thought that was a cover call too. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why you would do just one. I guess you wanted to let 100 ride up. So you sold a put. I like the bull puts though on the SPX. That was a nice one. So sold a put. Pretty nice. NVIDIA, you can't go wrong selling puts. This one you can just really can't go wrong on it. I wonder if this thing starts to uptrend on the daily. It looks like it. I'm seeing like this staircase pattern up. Yeah, I'm out here on the side running. Come on, make a move. Good grief. I hate these big... I mean, if I did the 5-minute orb today... let's get rid of all the EMAs just to see. Here's your 5-minute orb, like right here. Bear calls here, bull puts here. Back to bear calls, back to bull puts. So the 5-minute doesn't really know where it wants to be on the ORB. That's why I like the 15-minute. It gives you less false signals. 30 minutes a really good one too, but it just takes way too long to get a signal. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an uptrend. I can definitely see that. I just didn't want to risk it, I guess. Yeah, it's probably an iron condor at this point. I mean, with all these big moves we've had, maybe we do need some consolidation. But then again, that last Friday, we started to make our direction on that triple orb. That was a pretty big move. I wish I actually took bull puts here on that triple orb. I don't know. I was just feeling weird about all those orbs happening. You got a 55-45. What does your data say about today? Is there some data here that we could use? Other than just using the chart, I think it's bearish if it comes up to this 548 mark. I mean, EMA 20, it can reject, but if it doesn't reject on the 20, that EMA 50 has some big moves. I don't think it hits that EMA 50 right off the bat. I think it's going to take some days to hit it. I don't know. I'm actually kind of leaning towards bear calls too, but I don't want to use just bias on this either. That's when you... Because remember when we did bear calls here, saved our butts on that double top here. It hit here and it went down. So I don't know. Honestly, you might be fine just because it with this ORB, it could just stay inside this range. So honestly, both sides will probably win. Man, it just makes me mad because I'm just sitting here. I really want to get in a credit spread today. I only traded one time last week. Last week was just miserable for credit spreads. The VIX was too high. So I really do want to get in today. We'll see. Nice. So you sold the 50. So you got two credit spreads going. You got the 5,300, the 5,255 for your sells. $5,300. Yeah, it looks like you just nailed the freaking bottom on this one. 300's right here. That would have to drop from here to the 5,300 mark. Yeah, it would have to drop 3% just to that one. And then your 52.55 is most likely golden. Oh, man, this headache's killing me. I hate it. Yeah, I was contemplating it, but it did look a little bullish today. I was thinking maybe that gap fills at 534. Guess not. I mean, there's two things we can do, chat. We can wait for price to come up to the 548. Does it want to fill the gap at 554? I don't know. I mean, I don't see that happening. That's a... I mean, it could. So even if we do... But I kind of want to trade the trend here. I just don't like this big ORB. Yeah, so it's bull puts today. How much are we up today? We're up 1.7%, so it's not like astronomical. It's not like we're up massive. We still have more meat to go. The average move is about 20 bucks. We're up 9. I don't know. It's a hard call to make. Honestly, I got to the point in April, if I'm just profitable in April, I'm totally fine with that. I'm not trying to make outrageous returns in April. This has just been a slow month for me. So if I make, as long as I'm profitable in April, that's fine. I'm going to up my contracts next month by another 2. I'm doing 11 contracts right now, making, with the 25 cents, it's going to be 250 bucks a day. So the next month, making about 300. This month has just been a boring month for me. Yeah, well, we're going to get a signal here. It looks like bull puts. You don't know though. It could reject on this upper orb. Good job, Cube. Man, is LPRO going to do anything? This is just boring to death. I wonder if I want to take it out at this 5, which is 93 cents. That would be a pretty good gain if it pumps up to 93 cents today. I mean, another 8% almost. What's my TTT doing? Just in the mud. Nothing. In the mud, doing nothing. Yeah, I mean, I want to trade futures, but right now there's no signal. This really is not a good futures day. The orb is so big, so even if I do get the signal, I need price to come inside of orb quite a bit. So if we get an uptrend, I'm thinking the middle of this middle orb. So maybe like somewhere in here I start accumulating some futures. Maybe I'll do like, you know, it's just the sizing is so key because on this volatile market, these are some big moves against you. So I'll probably accumulate here, and then stop loss below this middle orb. But I would like to get inside of orb. But I'll let you know when I do the futures. It's just some days are going to be slower. I want to make sure I get a great signal. I don't know. I could take it on this upper orb. Maybe I can do like 1 micro here just to get a size in. and then I wait inside of orb to get more contracts. That's the goal here. Because sometimes it just hits this upper orb and it just takes off. Looking like a hammer candle on the daily here. Yeah, I'm just curious if we pierce the EMA 20. That's what I'm curious about. My thoughts on Tesla. That's still bullish long term. Kind of had that nice double bottom here. It's just kind of consolidating. Like I said, if you have a good company, just do cover calls on it. You can't go wrong. Keep doing those cover calls. Tesla is like one of the insane stocks. That thing is crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I think we're gonna get a signal here any minute. At 12 o'clock, we do have Barkin speaking, and then Waller speaking at 1. I don't think Barkin's gonna do too much shift to the markets here. Oh, and the bull. The sun is also bullish. I have a different risk tolerance, maybe because my account is a little bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing that too. I mean, all the time frames were bullish. I wish I would have just taken that. Man, I wish I would have. It's hard to say it when it's down here. It's hard to make that execution. All right, let's go back to SPX for bull puts. Let's see what we can get for bull puts. Obviously, we can't go as farther out as we wanted. So bull puts. Let's see what we can get. You're looking at. Well, that one's too far in. I don't like that one. 20 cents on the bid. 10 cents on the bid. I think you're looking at this one, 53.35 for a 25 center. This one's doable. I think that one you could get. I think so. Wow, why did it just go from 20 to 60? I hate these freaking spreads. And now it went from 30 to 50 because it went down. I can't stand the bull put spreads. The bear calls look much cleaner. So 53.35. What, maybe 53.30 you can get for 25 cents. Yeah, it's because it went down. The premium just evaporated a little bit there from that candle. It's annoying. When you do a cover call, if it comes into money, you take your roller decision. Honestly, I don't like the rolling over feature. If the way I look at it is, if I have a contract, if I wanted, I'm not going to sell a cover call if I don't want to sell it at that strike. So, once I sell that cover call, I'm willing to let it go. Because the main thing with cover calls is collecting the premium. And let's say you sell it near your strike, your average, well, at least you make, money on the premium. It's a win-win. As long as you sell it above your average, to me, that's good. Like for me, I have TTD pretty far out. Like I don't have a good average, so I don't mind breaking even if the price goes to my cover call. I really don't mind break even on it. But at least I keep collecting the premium. No, I rather trade MES because MMQ is too volatile for this market. I don't know. Everyone has their own decision because they're like, well, you don't want to give away your shares, and that's true. But I'll just find another stock to do cover calls on. Yeah, this is coming into 11 o'clock. It doesn't know what it wants to do. I don't even. I'm curious if that 11 o'clock is going to be big. No, not 11 o'clock. It's 12. I personally don't sell it below my average. I try to get it near my average. Like my TTD is not a good average at all. I have like a 60 with all my cover calls. You got to make sure you calculate your cover calls into it. Like my average says 70 like 2, but with all my cover calls it's like a 69. So when I do the single, I mean, you just got to go farther out of the expiration. I sold a 16 May. Maybe this time I got to sell a 23 May, and you can look at for the calls, like there's not going to be much premium if price don't move up. So that's why you got to keep going farther out. So maybe you want to do 20 June, and then you can see like you can get near my average here. You can sell it for 60 cents, better than nothing, right? Actually, I might just do this 70 cents because technically my average is like 69. So maybe I could do the 67 and that will lower it near the 67.5. Yeah, there's really not much you can do unless you average down if it keeps going against you. It's hard. It's a hard decision to make. All right, well, another freaking boring day. Like, golly. Man. Yeah. See, that's not a bad decision, too. Yeah, just roll it over. I don't really I don't think there's a right or wrong. Well, congrats on the bull puts. Ugh. It's got to make a move. It's got to make an orb here soon. But I wouldn't be surprised if it just consolidates all day here with this massive ORB. Would not be surprised. Yeah, the bear calls. The bear calls are looking good. Oh man. Which one's it? I think I was looking at the 55, 45, 35 or 45. Yeah, it's 10 cents on the bid, 30 cents on the ask. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Have you been trying to get some fills? I feel like at this point I would just wait for the signal now. It's just dumb because it's just so big. I really think this EMA 20 might reject though. You can kind of see the long upper wick here, but it keeps climbing up, and then you also have long lower wick, so it's really not. It's almost like flipping a coin now at this point. Yeah, it really is. I think I'm gonna use the restroom, guys. Here we go. Here's some downward pressure. That's so annoying. It's been a boring month for me. I'm just fine if I'm just positive on anything now on these. Hitting that middle warp to a T. Maybe we bounce. I wonder if I should take some of these on the futures plays here. That middle orb. Yeah, but it's a little choppy in there. Look at that big 1 minute candle. Yeah, I think it's best to wait. If you're not in a credit spread, just wait for the signal. We waited this long. We'll just wait for a direction to choose. This is good though, guys. I mean, the VIX is getting lower. I mean, the VIX is at 30 points. We don't have this outrageous 60 VIX anymore. This is not a bad VIX area. So, I think I think the fear is past this week. After we get through this week, I think we'll be fine. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe I should have bought this, shorted here. Man. All right, it's like the fifth time testing the CMA 50. Wiggle your tail. FRGT. Take a look at that. We have nothing better to do. FRGT, not Y, but T. This thing, it's based in the United States. That's good. It's got some volume recently. We kind of died out on that volume, though. Today, we only have 125. It went up a good bit, but with not too big a volume. Have they ever did? They have done reverse splits before. Yeah, they multiple times. That kind of worries me. See, we need something like that. But it tends to like go up big and then just lose all of its volume. It never keeps it. Here's the 50 rejection. I don't know. Is there some pumpers trying to pump this? Because that's what's really gonna help when you have a stock that has no volume, and then pumpers trying to pump it up. Yeah, it can get going fast. At least it's based in Texas here. I like that. United States. All right, so you're gonna try the bull puts. Oh man, I waited too long, honestly, to the point where I don't mind just waiting for the 15-minute ORB. I'm at the point where I just, you know, I waited this long, I might as well wait. Tomorrow, do we have any data big? Tomorrow is a pretty chill day too. Wednesday, we won't be able to trade again because we got Fed Chair Powell speaking. So hopefully today or tomorrow. Today I think we still can get a signal, but tomorrow is a pretty clean day. April's just been a kind of a boring month for me. We still have the rest of this week and the rest of next week, so there's still a lot of good days we can trade. Some mentions of it, more catalysts. 5290, 5295. What premium did you get filled on that one? If you put a new middle orb between on the bottom middle orb, now it's working. Yeah, sometimes I like to go in and use that as an entry here. Like right in here is your middle of your middle. But right now it's just choppy for futures. We don't have a clear direction. Other than, yeah, you could buy it on this 50 and keep rinsing and repeating it. Your stop loss is at this lower orb. If it closes below these two wicks here, that's your stop loss. So yeah, you could just keep playing this to the upside here. That EMA 50 is just making bank. Now, is it going to keep holding? We'll see. Yeah, I'm more biased towards the bull puts. For sure. I don't think we're going to break the 30-minute EMA 50 or the 1-hour EMA 50. I just don't think we're going to break that. Judging that, I guess in hindsight, I wish I got in early. Right here at that 10 o'clock candle when I saw this long wicks. Wish I did get in a little early there. I'm actually surprised you got the 52.95 for 25 cents. Let me see that. Bull puts 52.95. Let's go to SPX. Really surprised, actually. 52.95. Interesting. You got this one? Wow. It says 5 on the bid. How did you get 25 cents on that? The heck? That makes no sense. Hey, even getting a partial. I don't know how you got filled for that. The bid is 5 cents on it. Maybe it just spikes up. Who knows? Alright, that's interesting though. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait though. So Trump started talking. So there was Trump talking at 11, okay. I guess it's not as important to be listed on Forex Factory? Trump always makes these things dumb. Where do you guys get your news for Trump talking? Let me look on Forex News. Trump, the war between Russia and Ukraine is Biden's war, not mine. I'm looking right here on some news on Forex Factory.
So cool because they have really big lights. Yeah, bright lights. And the lights help fishermen and other boats wear the shorts so they can have access to other products. And it helps them keep all the boats really safe. Well, I think the lighthouse is pretty cool. Folks use my name.
I just got here in 4 years during my term. I had no problem in preventing it from that. Oh, he tweeted that. All right, on True Social. All right. So yeah, we're waiting on the 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and that's about all for the news for today. So that's what made that premium spike up for you to. I guess Trump spoke a little to get you the premium here. Right here, it's at 5 and 25. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get it filled now. All right, I'm gonna go use the restroom. This is like watching paint dry. It's not really much I can do. I think by 12, near 12 o'clock, we'll get a signal. I'm calling it near 12 o'clock. And I'm totally fine getting a signal late. Yeah, so we're coming back to this 50. Take another shot on futures here. Not a bad idea. Yeah, you might have. Bear calls are looking good. Bull puts are looking good if you got in early. I wonder if this is the double. That top there we were talking about on the 20. Golly, make a signal already, though. This is getting annoying. Alrighty. And if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to my Twitch. You can do it for free if you have Amazon Prime. You can avoid the ads on Twitch. Helps me stream more. And also helps my family out. I get a little bit of that revenue. Golly, it's pumping on the 50 again. Oh my god. I can't get. Let's make up your mind, man. Good grief. I've never seen this many pumps on the 50. Yeah. That's crazy. Alright, let me use the restroom. I'll be back around 11:30. Where did he go? You hiding from me?
Did not know that you do that.
I collected a bunch of new voices and put it in there just for you.
Building supplies, and I know when to steal them. I mean, oh, who am I kidding? I can steal them. Good morning, parents. It's time for breakfast. It's time for you to take breakfast. There else is feeding.
So this all the stuff you know.
The world is full of tiny wonders. It's always changing and growing, just like you. Even though you don't feel cold, yeah, it's not cold. But she was having a hard time breastfeeding. She was throwing up the milk.
Oh no. Just Trump being unhinged, blaming Biden, Zelensky, Russia, and protesting, saying that nothing happened. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. This is just watching paint dry at the moment. Yeah, he posted something on Truth Social. I saw that on Forex Factory, the news tab. He posted where he was blaming Biden. Welcome to the channel, 4C Blue. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting here. We're at the point now, we should probably get a signal any moment. At this point, you probably should just wait for the 12 o'clock FOMC member Barkin speaking. Because, I mean, why not at this point? 30 more minutes to wait. It's a yellow folder. You might as well just wait for that. I think we're finally breaking this. Doesn't mean bull puts are going to lose. It's just, we can finally get a signal here soon. Some days you don't get a signal. It probably happens once every 2 months, maybe. You just don't get a signal. So, that can happen. I don't know how this company is still listed, Malm. That is nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 days away from the EMA 5. Do we have at least a low K value? We do have a low K value. I have really good success if you wait about 8 days on Malm. You got SPY calls? I don't think the SPY calls are bad, but do keep in mind you are trading a one-directional strat. Whereas if you do bull puts, you have a lot more room for error. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that company is still listed. All right, we're finally going to get a signal here. There's just no way. This is looking like it. Usually around 12 o'clock you get your signal at the latest. That's pretty late. Alrighty, here we go. We're coming down here. You guys can use the 1 minute to get into a futures trade early if you want. Might be wise with this big orb. Looks like bear calls might be the signal today. Doesn't mean we can't do a double orb, it's just looking like it. Might be the signal here, guys. Alright, here we go. So, I gotta see what bear calls I have available too now. After all this time decay, it's hard to tell what's available. So we're breaking that orb. Bear calls. I'm looking at that one. You're not gonna get. That one you're not gonna get. 55, 20, 55, 55, 20, 55, 15. Honestly, you're looking at the 55.10 and 55.15 for 25 cents. That's what I'm looking at right now, is this one. I think I kind of want to get some 25 centers. if I can. Alright, so did we get the 1 minute Pierce? We did get the 1 minute Pierce. This is a great way to scalp some future trades here. I'll retest back up here. You're gonna need a retest up back to this lower orb for a scalp to the downside. Alright, so hopefully, alright, we're definitely ending here. This is 11:30. Yeah, we're definitely gonna end here. Yeah, this is your ORB. We'll see. 1 more minute. Alright, let me look at my phone now. I can finally look at my phone for some trades. Let's see what we have. Alright, we're definitely ending to the low side here. So that's bear calls for sure. No doubt about it. Let's look at SPX. Alright, so I'm looking for bear calls right now. I think I can change this to 50 strikes. I got way too many strikes on here. Let's change to 50, see if I can get... Now that the VIX is lowered. Alright, so... 5 and 15. I'm seeing 10 and 25. 10 and 30. You guys think I can get 55, 15, 55, 10? I think I can. I'm going to try 25 cents on that one for 11 contracts at the 55, 10, 55, 15. The mid is 20s. Yeah, I'm going to try that one. Bear calls. See if it fills. Alright, so I'm trying the 55-10, 55-15 day trade alerts. Trying the doing bear calls. Trying the 55-10, 55-15 for 0.25 premium. I'll see if I fill. Yeah, that might give me a fill. And if we come back inside of orb, this is your futures alert right here. Right in here is your futures alert to get in a short. Yeah, I might get a fill here. 55-10, 55-15. It's coming up to fill me. It needs to go up a little more. Yeah, I'm going to try the 25 cents. If I don't get filled, then I'll just wait for that news at 12. So we got the ORB. Yeah, maybe I'm being a little too... Well, at this point, I might as well just wait for it. And that should fill me, actually. No, still no fill. Let me look at some other strikes, just in case. 55-10, 55-15. So I see that one. If I go the one higher, it is 20 and 35. It's 25. So I can definitely fill the one higher. Let me try that one. That one's at 25 cents on the bid. I could have filled that one. That sucks. What do you guys think? Go one higher? I'm going to try the... Because that one's at 25 cents. I could definitely fill that one on the bid. And that one's 55-10, 55-05. 55-10, 55-05. 55-10. It's not even that far out. It's so stupid. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Do I want to switch it? Is the question. I'm going to switch it. Wait, hold up, hold up. Maybe a touch of this 5. No, touch of the 5. Alright, I'm going to switch it to the next one. I'm going to cancel this one because we're not filling. This next one, I know I can get a... Wait, hold up, hold up. Never mind. Let's see. It's at 25 cents right now. We would need a move up to the EMA 5. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it either. Like, the 55.10 doesn't seem far, but they're not giving us much premium for it. Should I just stick with the 55.15, 55.10, I guess? We'll see. Yeah, trust me, I'm not liking it either, but good grief. We could miss out on a play here if we don't get in, though. So I'll hold it off for a bit. We'll see if we get up here a little bit more. But yeah, we could miss out on the play, though. The other one I'm looking at is right on 25 cents. Yeah, we're still not getting a fill. Yeah. I'm just gonna take it for the 25, guys. Cancel. I'm gonna take that one for 25 cents, the next one. Alrighty, I filled the next one down for 25 cents. I filled the 55.10, 55.05. Because you're supposed to get in right when you get the signal. If you don't get in right away, you could screw yourself. So, I haven't played in a while, so I kind of want to get an alert. I'm going to watch this one. I'm in at the 25 cents. Oh, we'll see what happens. Clash PT, thanks for the follow. This is credit spreads. Yeah, this is my money. Yeah, I just didn't get a single fill on the one I wanted, so I went that strike. I'm trying 25 cents because I can sell. If I need to get out, I can. 55.15. I mean, we're not really that far up. 55.15 is what? 55.10, I mean, is literally right here. That is above the Keltner channel, but it is above this high. I mean, it's not that far out, but we'll see. I think it's a double top on the EMA 20 is what I'm thinking, guys. Double top on EMA 20. But ideally, though, you're supposed to get in right when this candle ends. Like, you shouldn't have to wait for a candle to come inside of orb. Like, right here, you get in right away. I tried to outbid that there. So, yeah, I'm shorting. Any chance you have been DM people on Discord? I got a DM from someone claiming to be you, but I have actually been in this server, though. I'm interested. No, that is a scam. Yeah, anybody that DMs you in my name is a scam. All right, that is a scam. I never DM people first. I never friend request you. None of that. Yeah, so I got in. I mean, I'm not going to be greedy. Either it works or it don't. 55.10, 55.05. I did bear calls. We do have some type of news at 12. We'll see if this makes it go down some. I'm a little nervous to put my stop loss yet on it. I'm going to wait an hour. So we got the orb, though. That is the orb. Anyone that did futures, that was your entry inside of orb. That was your entry. Alrighty, now it's just a waiting game. Anyone take bear calls with me? Selling is a sorry, there must be a news. We're still up 0.71%. Nice. So someone got the bear calls with me. All right, so the premium is 15 cents right now. Just gonna look at my premium right now. 55.10, 55.05. The ask is 25 cents. The bid is 5. All right. After this news at 12, I'll put a stop loss on, see what it does. I mean, we finally got a break of structure here. This took forever, though. At 11:30, you get in for sure. KULR, I took the 55.10, 50, but at 0.20. There you go. That's not a bad idea either. I've been trying to go for 25 cents just because if you increase your premium just by a little more, just a little, it's not too much more, I can keep my 300% stop. So my stop is now 50, 75, a buck. Whereas if I do 20 cents, my stop for 300% is 80 cents. So it gives me just a little more wiggle room and gives me a little more profit too at the same time. Obviously, don't keep going up in the premium. It is risky, but I'm willing to try that 25 center. Nice. Yeah, this is your future short. You see where you guys get in the future short? Your short is going to be inside of orb. That's your short here. On the middle orb, you can literally just look at candlesticks and be like, well, if it breaks above this candle here, then you should be getting out of futures. So, man, what a beautiful short so far. Anyone that took that on futures is making bank. Alrighty, let me put my stop in. Looks like it's good. I like the bear calls a little better because they're more spread out. I'm gonna wait for this 12 o'clock first. They're more the bid and ask are more, I mean, not spread out, they're more tighter. It's a lot easier, whereas the bull puts are a lot harder for some reason, but I can't go far out of the money with the bear calls. Very, very nice chills. Put it to break even, writes them out, take your gain if it goes back up. Yeah, that 20 cents would have filled you there. It's not a bad one, Hawk. Yeah, that was a good retest right there at that 11:30 on the 5-minute decent so far. I liked how it just coming back inside of orb here. You can use this next candle for stopping point. Alrighty, guys, looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's why, honestly, trust me, I dealt with that in March. I got a bunch of partials. I said, screw it. I'm going the next strike down. That's why if I wasn't getting filled for that one strike, I said, you know what? I see 25-cent bid on the next strike. I went with the 55.10, 55.05. I said, screw it. If it don't work, it don't work. Because I'm not playing Wednesday, so I really need to get in a trade today. Yeah, you can't be greedy with credit spreads. Usually, honestly, though, if price goes all the way back up, my strike will probably lose. Your guy's strike will probably lose. So, I mean, we got pretty similar strikes. So it either works or it don't. It is a little riskier going bear calls because they don't give you that far out of the money. Like, my strike is, like, up in here. It's not even that far out of the money. I wouldn't chase if you didn't. I would just leave what you have. If it comes back up, then you can get filled. That's what I would do. Just leave what you have. This 15-minute ORB was just so massive. It took forever to make a break. Just take forever to get this 15-minute going. What was my other SPX strike? Yeah, this is my strike here. 5510, 5505. Looks like we're breaking that EMA 50. Trying to see a cross on the 5, but keep in mind, we'll probably touch the 30 and bounce up. So there's a lot of indecision going on. EMA 50 on the 30-minute support. I think both sides win. It's hard to tell you. It's hard to say, though. It's hard to say what's happening. You can get my strike for 25 cents, I bet. There we go. We're going back down, retesting that 30-minute EMA 50. I'm going to see what that 12 o'clock does, then I'm going to put my stop in. I think the VIX has finally calmed down a little bit, where it's not too volatile. VIX is coming up a little, but hit that EMA 20 on the VIX. Yeah, this is what I was kind of noticing. I just feel like, kind of a double top pattern going on here, where we head back down. They're filling me one at a time. It's so annoying. Steve, you missed it. Shoot. It's okay. There'll be always another one. Yeah, it's been hard to get. You had to make, honestly, this is the candle to get in. You should not have to wait for a candle to come back inside of orb. This is the candle you get in right away. The minute you don't get a fill, gotta change your strikes fast. You really do. I'm okay if price comes back up, but a lot of times is if you miss your fill, you miss out on the whole play. I've seen that happen in March. I've been changing my strikes very fast when I don't get filled. If I don't get filled, I have to change it fast. And then just look at the next strike and don't be picky. It's okay if you have some drawdown. So this one's working out so far. I don't know. Is Trump saying something stupid again? Any thoughts on maybe Mullen again? Yeah, I'm looking at it. I hate it, but it's way down. I think 8 to 9 days away from the EMA 5, I'll take a shot at it. KULR, I didn't answer your question if you're still in the chat. KULR weekly coming into that EMA 50. This thing has been boring as all get out. Yeah. Right here is your demand zone, right at $1.1 to 1.19. You could take a shot at that. Okay, something's terrible going on. What's going on here on SPY here? Going down pretty fast. Okay. And then there. There you go. Second take profit. You broke the new low of the day. Take it. Where is your pre-market? Here's where I think price is going to go. We're going to fill this gap, guys, at 534. That would be my final take profit. 534 on SPY. It's not a bad take profit. Alrighty. 12 more minutes for this. I don't think this yellow folder is going to do anything, but we'll see. That's why I'm not putting my stop on just yet. I'm going to wait till this yellow folder is done. Everything looks good so far for bear calls. Writing this puppy down. Sold 2, holding 2. Nice job. Yeah, I think it's gonna fill the gap. I mean, at this point, it might as well. It's almost there on SPY. It's gonna fill this gap, and you can see it a lot better on SPX since there's no. Here's SPX. You can see a whole lot better here. You see how gapped up. We're coming back down to that 5,371 mark. So we're almost there. You might as well just fill it. Yeah, that's what I would do. Man, that was a patient day. Holy crap, patience to the max. Waiting for a signal here. We didn't get a signal till 11:30. I hate those kind of days. I wanted to take that EMA 50, and in hindsight, you know, it looked pretty good. I think you're still good on bull puts if you got in early, but I don't, me personally, I don't mind losing if I follow the system. If this is a bear call day and I lose, I just don't mind. I really don't mind losing. I followed the system. What else can I do? There's really nothing else I can do if I follow the system. I did notice we had a triple orb, so there's a good indication we might get a single orb today. There's a good indication we could. Well, my thing is like if I don't get in till if I get in after 12, that's a little too late. I got in before 12, so I'm fine with that. I got in at 11:45, so I feel safe doing that. Yeah, we'll have a normal trading day one day. This is just insane. But the bear calls, like my strike, no joke, is like way up in here. Like it's not that far out of the money. Even with this big move down, like you can't do much with bear calls. You got to actually have precision. So it is kind of hard with the bear calls. Alrighty. Yeah, we took bear calls. I'm gonna head on out here after 12. I'm gonna wait 9 more minutes, guys, and just see if this yellow folder does anything. I don't think it will. Took bear. So my max loss, I think it's like 275 times 3. 825 is my max loss for my stop loss. Alright, let me record these before I forget. It's been a while since I took a credit spread. The last one was 8th of April. It's been quite some time. So, I needed to get in one day. Monday. I got in roughly 11:45. Usually, yeah, sometimes I'm getting in late. Look at that, 11:37. I plan to hold this till expiration, and I got in at the 55:05, 55:10. 55:05, 55:10. I got in call 0.25. It's going to be 0.0, and I did 11 contracts. So far it is a single orb, but we can change that if it changes. My profit for this trade with the fees involved, you got to make sure you include fees because that's important. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Alright, so we go to my strike. Where is my strike? Oh, I gotta go farther out and see it now. Well, alright, whatever. I'll just act like I'm buying this one here. So if I did 11 contracts at 25 cents, my total profit is 251.44. That's my total profit. with the fees, it's 275. So what you do is you take that 275 and he times that by 3, which is my 300% stop loss, and that's my max loss, 825. 300% is pretty hard to hit though, and since I'm using a higher premium, $1, that can be pretty hard to hit. Alrighty. Coming up here, did we hit a 1 hour? EMA 50? Almost. So it looks like it did just want to fill the gap. I mean, did we fill it to a T? Almost on SPY. Almost there. I mean, at this point, just fill it. At this point. Almost filled it. Yeah, I got to get my confidence back up. I haven't played a credit spread in a while, so this definitely helps if we keep going down. Yo! How's it going, Waleed? Thanks for the $10. Celebrate their first super live on stream. How's it doing? Yeah, I appreciate it. We also stream on Twitch. If you guys want to subscribe on Twitch, you guys get free ads. A lot of my mentorship program is going to be based on the people who are subscribed on Twitch too. If you guys ever need like one-on-one coaching, just someone to talk to, I'm there for you guys. It's only like $6 on Twitch if you want to subscribe. But Waleed, welcome. If you have anything you want to share, just let me know. I'm here. Appreciate it. All right, so 5 more minutes. We'll see what this does. I think both bull puts and bear calls are good. I don't know what this... You guys ever seen... I'll show you guys the Forex Factory. I don't remember Waller being a big speaker. He is at 1 o'clock today. It says it's an orange folder, but I don't remember him being a big speaker. So we'll see. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. All right, waiting 4 more minutes, 3 more minutes now. And a nice little move up here. Pretty volatile. If we come back inside of orb, you can take another future shot here.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home. Sarah's a busy mom on the go. In an unsafe world, the safety of her home and family is her top priority. That's why she called EMC Security. With more contracts and fast, reliable monitoring, their fire, flood, video, and security monitoring give her real peace of mind. Starting at $16.95. When you go, Sarah, be the hero of your home with EMC Security.
EMC Security. Tomorrow.
There it is. 2 more minutes for this yellow folder. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything happens, but we'll see. Sometimes you get like a little spike here at that. Oh wait, it's 11:58, right? Oh yeah, I mean 12 o'clock. My bad, 12 o'clock.
It's me, Billy, with my ads. so excited to play with you today. Today, we're going to have a little tea party. I want to have fun. Baby, and this is Mr. Fox, and we're going to have some tea together. Are you It's so fun.
Alrighty, here we go. We'll see what happens. I'm going to start putting my stop now on. I've held it long enough to now I can put it stop. Delete that. Alright, close selected, the 5510, 5505. I'm going to buy them back. I'm going to do a stop at $1. They're sitting at 15 cents on the ask. The bid and ask is pretty tight. 5 and 15. That's a 10-cent spread. It's pretty good. So I'm going to do a stop at $1, guys. Seems pretty good. Buy 11 at $1 if it goes any. That would be pretty hard to hit.
What a silly song. Let's pour some tea for fun.
Here's that volatility right there. Just kind of watching it for a brief second here. Alright guys, I'm going to head on out. Thanks for watching. I got my stop placed, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Congrats who took bear calls. This is looking pretty good so far, but anything can happen.